What a game. What a game. Game just ended about half an hour ago. I'm not wearing a Seahawks shirt, obviously, but this is the shirt I wore during the game, so we won. I guess it's my shirt now, so I don't give a shit about that right now. Game just, like I said, half an hour ago wrapped up, 31-24, and I knew they were going to compete, and they certainly did, but they did more than that. So, my fears about this game were kind of confirmed. I thought our pass rush was going to struggle in this game. They did. I was concerned about defending tight ends like I am every week with this team. We're never very good at defending tight ends. And, Bennett had a big game. Gronkowski had an okay game on a whole. We gave up over 160 receiving yards to tight ends in this game, which was most of their offensive output, I think, or about half of it. I was concerned about the offensive line, and to their credit, they played probably their best game of the season, or one of the best, but still on a couple plays, you would still pick out a couple of moments in this game where what the hell is George Fant doing? How can Mark Lewinsky be in the NFL if he's this much of a weakling? But, for the most part, the things that I was afraid of in this game, they happened. And not only did this team find a way to compete, they found a way to win. And, it's a really good feeling. It's a very, very sweet feeling right now to have come out on top in that game, because the team has flaws. Our team has big flaws right now, and we overcame them. And that's what you just want to see. You want to see your team fight through their flaws. And okay. Offensively, Jimmy Graham, not as much of a factor today as he was last week, so we found other ways to make plays down the field, and that's exactly what you want. New England was focusing a ton of attention on Jimmy Graham in this game. He had his 4 catches. I think he caught every pass that was thrown in his direction, actually. I think he went 4 for 4. So you got to take advantage of the fact that the Patriots are devoting so many resources to him. And CJ Prosise, who got injured in, I think, training camp or preseason and didn't play to start the season, that guy can start for the rest of the season until something changes, because that guy adds a whole new dynamic to this offense. They were bringing blitzes with linebackers. They were leaving CJ Prosise open in the flats. They were covering him with linebackers when he split out of the backfield. And we just picked on that all game. And Prosise, on the ground, he was okay. I give him credit for what he did on the ground. But through the air, oh my God. What a performance. Obviously, the big pass play down the field on the late fourth quarter drive. All the swing passes out of the backfield. He's just a very fun and unique player on this team right now, and he's just what this team needs right now. And I have no animosity toward Christian Michael. I don't blame Christian Michael for some of the struggles that this running game had over the last several games, but Prosise just adds another level to it. And right now, after the game he just played, you gotta love that guy. Tyler Lockett, he's got his speed back. Loved what I saw out of him tonight. Doug Baldwin, of course. My God. 21 months ago, he played in the Super Bowl against New England and basically didn't do anything. Now he comes back, and I know, there's no Darrelle Revis. It's not a one-to-one comparison, but they tried to focus on Jimmy for much of that game, and Doug Baldwin made them pay. 3 red zone touchdowns from Doug Baldwin. You would normally say, oh, well, that's Jimmy's area. But when Jimmy gets taken away by the opposing defense, Doug, he stepped up. And it's been so great to watch him develop as a player over the last year, I guess. Paul Richardson, a couple of big catches in this game. And, of course, the guy who makes it all work, Russell Wilson. He's got some of his mobility back, most of it back. He can buy time in the pocket. He can move around back there and buy the opportunity to make a play down the field. He did it several times tonight. He missed a few throws. He missed a throw early. He missed a throw late. He didn't escape a sack that he really could have escaped in the red zone earlier. But his performance tonight was, I think, beyond what I expected. I know New England's defense has problems, and I knew they had problems coming into this game despite their nominally good numbers, but I didn't think he had it in him to play that well tonight, and he did. His offensive line, it wasn't perfect, but it held up for him, and this offense looks like they might be on their way. Now, we're going to play pass rushes that give us fits in the coming weeks. We still got Philadelphia, although their pass rush has died down a little bit. We still got, okay, I can't say Green Bay anymore. Whatever the hell happened to those guys. We still have to play Arizona. We still have to play St. Louis. And it's going to be different on those days. But seeing what I saw today, that we can play good against somebody, that we can hold up in the run game and the pass game on the line, it makes you feel pretty good because it means they're getting better. And this offensive line, it's getting better. Defensively, wow. Like I said, not much pass rush, and I'm not going to call anybody out. Demontre Moore and Cassius Marsh are playing more than they should. Demontre Moore shouldn't even be on the team. It's not his fault. It's not Cassius Marsh's fault. Cliff Averill does everything he can out there. He didn't have much of an impact today. It was not the kind of situation where you're going to have a big impact. Frank Clark did all he could. Frank Clark had a good game. He had a sack. He got pressures on Brady, I think, 5 or 6 times in this game. Clark played really good. So it's just who you don't have out there rather than who you have out there. The guys I have out there, I'm not mad at them. There's nothing to get mad at. And we did give up a lot of yards. Brady played a decent game, not one of his best games, but he played fine. And because of the extra focus we had to pay in the secondary, they run the ball a little bit more than you would like. And at the end of the day, even that's not that bad. LeGarrette Blount had a 3.3 yards per carry average. So you'll take that, especially with no Michael Bennett. We gave up some big plays. We gave up some third downs. We gave up some deep passes, which, we never do typically. We committed some penalties on third down too, which drives you even more crazy when the team struggles to get off the field on third down anyway. But they found another way. They forced 2 turnovers. They picked off Tom Brady. First pick he's thrown all year. It was a bad throw, but you still have to pick it. And Cam Chancellor, probably the player of the game on defense today, forced a fumble at the most crucial moment. And he was punching at balls the whole game today. Against Gronk, against Bennett, against Blount, whoever. Every time he was making a tackle, he was trying to get that ball out. And finally he did. And, Cam is a flawed player, especially at this point in his career. He gives up plays in coverage. He's a little slow. He's not the player he's not a perfect player. He's not the I can do anything player like Earl has been. But what he adds more than makes up for whatever he's taking away. And it finally paid off for him tonight with forcing that huge fumble that totally changed the direction of this game in the fourth quarter. So, shout out to, of course, Bobby Wagner, who's always playing good out there. Jerron Reed got in there for a sack. He made some tackles today. Deshaun Shedd, he got beat a couple times, but what the hell is he going to do when he's trying to cover Bennett and Gronk? And, it's tough. I'm not going to put anything on him. Sherman always plays great. Sherman did his thing. Earl did his thing. KJ Wright. You're going to give up some stuff against these guys. These guys are really good. So the defense, they gave up 24 points. They gave up nearly 400 yards, but they found a way to play well enough to win. And, right down to the end, the goal line stand. I mean, every play that happened inside that 2-yard line, stopping the first down sneak, stopping Blount going over the top on second down, Cam again. just finding a way to protect that last blade of grass. And, of course, the last play where Cam, he's overmatched. He cannot cover Gronkowski. That's just not something he can do. But he can fight, and he can find a way to, make them work. And that was enough. So, still always stuff to work on, don't get me wrong. A couple people tonight, they struggled. Jermaine Kearse, dropping passes, false start. Not a good game for Jermaine. I can say that. He had 7 targets and 2 catches. Everybody else in this passing game was hyper-productive. He didn't do enough with the opportunities that he got. Even Cam, I got mad at Cam on that first drive. I know he's rusty, and I can, blow it off, brush it off for that. But that first drive, he made some bad mistakes. He did some things he did not need to be doing, and he was a big reason why New England drove right down for that touchdown. There are always things you can work on. The red zone offense, my God. 3 of 7 in the red zone. Normally not going to be good enough. Alex Collins, a butt fumble. What the hell? You ran to your own guy. Fumbled the ball. But this team, they fought. This team, they found a way to win. And prospects are looking up for the whole rest of the season. And all you can say right now is we got 7 games left. Dallas, they look like they're going to run away with the NFC in terms of seeding, but we got to worry about ourselves right now, and tonight had to make you feel really good. It's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but I'm just so impressed. I'm just really impressed. All right, I think Philadelphia next week. I'll make a video for that. See you guys later.